Honestly, there's no going about this series anymore. Last time I picked the 3 safest cards I could've, but it does not matter anymore. This comment section is about to be like Saving Private Ryan, alright? No one is safe. Just stay true to your own opinion, y'all. So yeah, I'm just gonna rip the band-aid off. Azirai's Silver Dragon can come off. Limited to 1, he was cut down when not only Blue Eyes was by far the most played deck in the game, but even at a certain point in that era, they were tier 1. And Azirai's was a big reason as to why. When he special summoned, until the end of the next turn, either player can target or destroy dragon-type monsters you control at the activation of the card's effect. Then during your standby phase, you can special summon a normal monster from your graveyard. And with 3000 defense, he can be tough to get rid of while that protection effect is still live. This card is rarely synchro summoned. Instead, it's brought out by the other boss monster of Blue Eyes and Spirit Dragon. He has a passive floodgate that prevents both players from summoning 2 or more monsters at the same time, i.e. pendulum summoning, which Spirit Dragon completely counters, and it almost seems by design. He has 2 other good effects though. On a quick effect, he can negate the activation of a card in the graveyard on a soft once per turn. That's a really good effect, and it's only gotten better because, as we know, with the recent sequel to Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, denying your opponent their graveyard is amazing. And lastly, he has another quick effect if he was properly synchro summoned. You can tribute him to special summon 1 light dragon synchro monster from your extra deck, and your best choice is Azirai's Silver Dragon. Blue Eyes players would use Melody of Awakening Dragon, which could search up to 2 Blue Eyes or Alternative Dragon, effortlessly could go into Spirit Dragon, control your opponent's graveyard until they made the attempt to deal with Spirit Dragon. Then you hit the eject button and boom, you can't target or destroy this thick lizard I just dumped on the field. And if you controlled another Blue Eyes, for example, he too would be immune to targeting and card effect destruction. Plus, on your following turn, Azirai's can summon from the graveyard. Pretty powerful, well-rounded, and certainly was a threat a year and a half ago. The biggest reason why I think Azirai's can come off is because this restriction only accomplishes one thing. It prevents Blue Eyes from running the aforementioned Melody of Awakening Dragon, a card that is also limited to 1, forcing Blue Eyes to choose, and over 95% of them choose Azirai's over Melody, and they choose it over Monster Reborn and Champion's Vigilance if you want to throw them in too. You can take Azirai's off, all you're doing is giving Blue Eyes a little bit more consistency, and I promise that doesn't even make them remotely meta. I mean, Konami is all about full-ass skills that boost consistency, so I think giving the ironically named Brick Eyes a tiny little hand in consistency won't break anything. Aloof Lupine, who's a good boy. Level 4 Dark Beast once was the premier combo starter for Thunder Dragons until Konami had enough of that shit. Deck got raided, bro, and Lupine put to 2 as a consequence. When he's normal summoned, you can banish a monster from your hand, then banish a monster with the same type from your deck. And with Thunder Dragons gaining effects and advantage off of them being banished, turned Aloof Lupine into an instant rank 6 by banishing Thunder Dragon Dark and Roar. Roar summoning a level 6 from the deck on his banish, and Dark searching Dragon Hawk on his, and Dragon Hawk being able to bring back Roar for that rank 6 play. I'd argue this card helps Thunder Dragons from bricking more than any other outside of other limit 2s like Gold Sark and Charge of the Light Brigade. He also has an effect where if he's destroyed by battle or card effect, you can add a banished monster back to your hand. A versatile recursion effect that I've seen people even use with hand traps. So yes, very good, but even after this restriction, Thunder Dragons needed another nerf where Konami delivered the killing blow, and taking Chaos Dragon Legionnaire from Thunder Dragons for the most part is enough in my opinion. It's just kind of sad seeing a powerful archetype just sit there dead in the water. I think by bringing Lupine back, you breathe competitive life into Thunder Dragons without making them problematic. You lot are gonna be steaming because in my opinion, Legendary 6 Samurai Anishi and maybe, probably not, Shien's Dojo can both come off. They're both essential pieces for 6 Samurai and are both limited to 2. Shien's Dojo gets a Bushido counter every time a 6 Samurai monster is normal or special summoned. You can then send Dojo to the graveyard to special summon a 6 Sam or Shien effect monster from your deck whose level is less than or equal to the amount of Bushido counters that Dojo had on it. And like 6 Samurai has really good non-tuner level 4s like Kizan, and they have a really good level 1 tuner in Fuma, and their boss monster happens to be a level 5 Synchro Shien, who can soft once per turn negate an opponent's spell or trap card on a quick effect, making him a very oppressive boss monster. So yes, one normal summon with Shien's Dojo on the field becomes a Shien, since you can use Dojo to summon Secret 6 Samurai Fuma directly from the deck. And then along with your level 4 that you summon, that's a Shien. And with Anishi, he also has a quick effect. He can banish 2 6 Sams from the graveyard to return 1 monster on the field to the hand. He also gains 500 attack if you control another 6 Samurai that's not named Anishi. So you have a spell and trap negation negation, you have a bounce, and it's even worse if you summon 2 Shion for your opponent to deal with. Very powerful going first, and stupid consistent without a skill because of Dojo and the 1-card engine 6 Samurai United. It is way ahead of its time. It's appropriate more for, you know, right now. Going second, full power 6 Samurai. What can they do about Yazi? And as far as I can tell, the only answer is Heroic Challenge Excalibur, a slow and resource consuming way to deal with Yazi. Now, I'm not trying to downplay 6 Samurais. Like, the quick effect bounce is super powerful, and the deck is consistent as hell, and I think it would compete if unrestricted, but it would just kind of fit in right now, if you ask me. So I think we start by unrestricting Anishi and keeping Dojo at 2, just to see what happens. Dual wield is strong as hell and definitely factors into their power, but I don't know. I think a once dominant archetype can be revived in a meta it seems more fit for, because if you were wondering when 6 Samurais were tier 0, that was 3 years ago now. But yeah, keep Dojo at 2 just in case. I'd hate to make this video and then another one 3 months from now about Shion getting banned. Okay, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one.